Most people are so busy watching others, they forget to live their own lives. But here's the secret. When you stop chasing approval, when you focus entirely on your own growth, you become unstoppable. Buddhism holds timeless wisdom, lessons that can transform your mind, strengthen your spirit, and leave everyone around you wondering what changed. Today we dive into 7 life-changing Buddhist teachings that will help you master yourself, find unshakable peace, and shock everyone without saying a single word. Buddha once said, "A man who conquers himself is greater than one who conquers 1,000 men in battle." Self-mastery isn't about controlling the world, it's about controlling yourself. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they are the real battlefield. When anger tries to take over, you breathe. When fear whispers in your ear, you choose courage. When doubt tells you to quit, you take another step. Mastering yourself means you are no longer a puppet pulled by impulses or other people's opinions. You move with purpose, not reaction. And here's the secret. People can feel it. They sense your calm, your discipline, your power. And without you saying a word, they start wondering, how do they do it? 2. Let go of comparison. In Buddhist teaching, one of the roots of suffering is craving, and comparison is craving in disguise. The moment you measure your worth against someone else's, you hand them the power to decide how you feel. Think about it. There will always be someone richer, more talented, more admired. And if your happiness depends on that scoreboard, you'll never win. Buddhism reminds us, your journey is yours alone. A flower doesn't compete with the flower next to it. It simply blooms. When you focus on becoming the best version of you, you break free from the endless trap of comparison. And ironically, that's when you start to stand out. Because peace in a world full of competition is magnetic. Lesson 3. Mindfulness is your superpower. Mindfulness. It's more than a meditation buzzword. It's the ancient Buddhist practice of being fully present. Right here, right now, with no judgment, no distraction. Buddha taught that the mind can be your greatest friend or your worst enemy. Most people live on autopilot, replaying the past, worrying about the future, barely noticing the moment they're in. But when you practice mindfulness, you take back control of the steering wheel. It can be as simple as noticing the way your feet touch the ground when you walk, feeling the rise and fall of your breath, truly tasting your food instead of eating in a rush. And here's the hidden power. Mindfulness sharpens your awareness. You catch negative thoughts before they spiral. You notice opportunities others overlook. You respond with clarity instead of reacting in chaos. In a noisy, distracted world, the person who is fully present becomes unforgettable. Your calm focus will feel like a rare gift to the people around you. And without trying to impress anyone, you will stand out. Lesson 4. The art of non-attachment. So now loosen your grip. You have been carrying so much. The weight of expectations, the ache of old wounds, the fear of losing what you love. Feel it in your hands, in your chest, in your very breath. And then feel the quiet relief as you let it go. Everything you hold, every relationship, every dream, every season of your life was never meant to stay unchanged. Like the cherry blossoms that bloom and fall within days, like the river that never carries the same water twice, they are only passing through. Non-attachment is not the coldness of indifference. It is the warmth of love without chains. It is the courage to step so fully into the present moment that you no longer need to lock it away to feel safe. You can love without gripping. You can care without fear. You can cherish without demanding forever. And when the time comes to part, as it always will, you can bow, say thank you, and allow life to move as it must. Think of a river. The harder you try to hold its water, the faster it escapes through your fingers. But if you step into it, if you let it carry you, you find it takes you exactly where you are meant to go. This is the art of non-attachment, to be in the flow, not the fight. You are not here to hoard sunsets. You are here to stand in their glow until the horizon swallows them, and then to turn toward the stars without regret. You are not here to keep people locked inside your heart. You are here to walk beside them, hand in hand, until the path divides, and then to bless them with a smile as they continue their own journey. Yes, there will be grief. Yes, there will be moments when your chest feels hollow from what has left. But even in that emptiness, there is space for new light to enter. Even in that letting go, there is a quiet beauty because it means you have lived, you have loved, you have been alive enough to care. Every breath you take is proof that change is not to be feared, but embraced. And so, when the next wave of loss comes, as it surely will, may you greet it not with resistance, but with the calm acceptance of one who knows that nothing is truly lost. It only changes form. Breathe, release, flow. This is freedom. Lesson 5, your thoughts shape your reality. Buddha once said, we are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. This teaching is not poetry. It is a law of life. Every single thought you hold in your mind is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. And just as a seed will grow into a plant that reflects its nature, your thoughts will grow into actions, habits, and ultimately the life you experience. Think about it. If you plant seeds of fear, insecurity, and resentment, you will naturally behave in ways that attract more of the same. You will see danger where none exists, assume the worst in others, and block opportunities because your inner world is filled with doubt. But if you plant seeds of gratitude, compassion, and courage, your actions will begin to reflect those qualities. You will notice blessings others overlook, extend kindness without hesitation, and step forward even when the path is uncertain. The quality of your life over weeks, months, and years will mirror the quality of the thoughts you feed. Buddhism teaches that the mind is both a creator and a mirror. It shapes reality, and it reflects it back to you. Most people drift through life unaware of their mental patterns. They replay old wounds, rehearse future disasters, and let their attention be hijacked by negativity. Over time, this mental diet becomes their identity. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the gardener. You have the ability to choose which seeds to nurture and which to starve. That's why Buddhist practice places such emphasis on mindfulness and meditation. When you sit in stillness, watching your breath, you begin to notice the endless parade of thoughts passing by. Some are empowering, others are destructive. At first, this can feel overwhelming, like discovering a messy, overgrown garden. But as you keep practicing, you learn you don't have to chase every thought. Just as you don't have to water every seed, you simply watch and then decide, this thought serves my highest self. I will keep it. Or, this thought weakens me. I will let it pass. Here's a short Buddhist story. A monk once asked his teacher, why do I suffer so much from my own thoughts? The teacher smiled and replied, because you believe they are you. When a bird flies over your head, you cannot stop it, but you can stop it from building a nest in your hair. Your thoughts are the same. Let them come, let them go, but do not let them nest. This is the heart of shaping your reality, not through force, but through awareness and gentle choice. You stop letting toxic thoughts take root, and instead you feed the ones that uplift and empower you. Over time, these small daily choices create an entirely different inner climate, and the outer world responds in kind. People will notice your calm, they will feel your confidence, They will be drawn to your presence without knowing exactly why. But this isn't magic. It's the natural result of tending your mental garden. Just like a real garden, the transformation doesn't happen overnight. At first, you'll still see weeds, but with patience, intention, and care, you'll watch new growth emerge. And one day, you'll wake up surrounded by beauty where there was once only chaos. When you change your thoughts, you change your emotional state. When your emotional state changes, your actions change. And when your actions change, your life changes. It all begins in the invisible space between your ears, in the privacy of your own mind. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, remember, that's just a seed. You don't have to water it. Instead, plant something new. I am growing. I am learning. I am enough. And watch how, slowly but surely, your reality begins to bloom. Because in the end, your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. And the choice of which one it becomes is entirely yours. Lesson 6. Compassion without losing yourself. In Buddhism, compassion or karuna is considered one of the highest virtues. It is the ability to look into the eyes of another, see their suffering, and feel a natural, unshakable pull to ease it. But here's a truth often forgotten. Compassion is not meant to cost you yourself. If you give and give until there is nothing left of you, that is not compassion. It is quiet self-neglect dressed in the clothing of kindness. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us that just as you would not allow another human being to starve, you should not allow your own body, mind, or spirit to starve. Real compassion begins with the self. This is not vanity nor selfishness, but the understanding that you cannot be a steady flame for others if your own light is burning out. There is an old teaching often spoken in the monasteries. You cannot pour tea from an empty cup. And yet so many people, especially those with soft hearts, try. They pour until the last drop is gone, and when the cup is dry, they continue to tip it, hoping somehow it will still nourish others. But an empty cup offers nothing but exhaustion and resentment. Many kind souls burn out this way because they confuse compassion with self-sacrifice, believing that saying yes to every request is a sign of love. But sometimes that yes is not love at all. It is fear. Fear of being seen as uncaring. Fear of letting others down. The middle way of the Buddha teaches balance. True compassion is not about fixing everyone's problems, nor is it about carrying the weight of every suffering you encounter. It is about standing present, heart open, offering what you can while honoring where you end and another person begins. You can hold someone's hand without carrying their entire weight. You can listen deeply to another's pain without drowning in their sorrow. You can give generously without erasing your own needs in the process. This is not selfishness. This is sustainability. When you protect your own well-being, your compassion has the strength to last not just for days or weeks, but for a lifetime. This is why boundaries are sacred in Buddhism. They are not walls to keep people out, but rivers that guide the flow of giving so that it remains pure and unforced. Before you extend yourself to help, pause and ask, am I giving from love or am I giving from guilt? If the answer is guilt, step back and tend to your own spirit first. Treat yourself as you would treat a dear friend, with patience, understanding, and forgiveness. Speak kindly to yourself, especially in moments when you feel you are not doing enough. Understand that you are not meant to carry the suffering of the whole world, only to bring light where you can. And when you help, do so without trying to control the outcome, without clinging to the idea that your way is the only way. Be present, but do not be possessive. Love, but do not chain. When you live in this way, you will discover that your compassion becomes stronger, not weaker, freer, not heavier. You will radiate a kindness that is steady and unshakable, a warmth that does not burn out. People will feel safe around you, not because you rescue them, but because you remind them that love can exist without conditions, without the demand to give yourself away completely. The Buddha said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Remember this truth, and your compassion will never run dry. You will become like a clear spring that renews itself, able to nourish the world around you again and again, without ever losing the beauty of your own source. Lesson 7. The impermanence of everything. In Buddhism, one of the most profound truths is the understanding of anicca, impermanence. It is the gentle but unwavering reminder that all things, whether moments of joy or seasons of sorrow, rise and fall, appear and fade. Nothing in this life is fixed, not even the things we cling to most desperately. Like clouds drifting across a summer sky, everything changes its shape, its texture, and eventually it disappears altogether. At first, this truth can feel unsettling. We long for the things we love to stay forever, the smile of someone dear, the security of a familiar place, the warmth of a chapter in life we do not wish to end. And yet, the Buddha taught that our suffering is born not from change itself, but from our resistance to it. We suffer because we try to hold in our hands what was never meant to be grasped. Imagine a flower blooming in the morning sun, its petals open wide, its fragrance soft and pure. You could pluck it, thinking to preserve its beauty, but in doing so, you hasten its fading. Or you could simply sit beside it, breathe it in, and let it be. Knowing its beauty is made more precious by the fact that it will not last. This is the heart of impermanence, to cherish without clinging. Life is a river, always moving, never the same water twice. You cannot force it to stop flowing without losing the very thing that makes it alive. And so the wisdom of impermanence is not to harden your heart against change, but to soften into it, to see its inevitability as a source of peace rather than fear. When we accept impermanence, we learn to love more deeply because we know that every embrace, every laugh, every shared moment is a once-in-a-lifetime event. We begin to forgive more quickly because we see that anger too is fleeting, and that the time we waste clinging to resentment is time we will never get back. We become less afraid of loss because we understand that nothing was truly ours to keep in the first place. This doesn't mean that letting go is easy. The mind will still try to grasp. The heart will still ache. But with practice, we learn to open our hands gently, allowing what comes to come and what goes to go. And in that openness, we find a strange and beautiful freedom, the freedom of no longer fighting the natural rhythm of life. Even the hardest winters give way to spring. Even the deepest grief slowly transforms into a softer remembrance. And even the most radiant days eventually fade into night. But just as night is not the end, only part of the cycle, so too are all endings, simply transitions into something new. This is why impermanence is not meant to make us despair, but to awaken us to the miracle of each moment. Because we cannot hold anything forever. Every breath becomes sacred, every sunrise a gift, every goodbye a reminder to say, "I love you," while we can. When we live with this awareness, we stop postponing our joy. We stop waiting for someday to live, and instead, we live now. The Buddha's wisdom whispers that nothing in this universe is fixed, and in that truth lies a quiet mercy. Whatever pain you carry today will change. Whatever fear grips you will loosen, and whatever joy you feel will transform, but not vanish. It will ripple into new forms, new moments, new life. Let impermanence be not a threat, but a teacher. Let it guide you to embrace life fully, to love without chains, and to let go without fear. For in the dance of appearing and disappearing, you will discover that you too are part of the great flow. not separate from it, but one with the ever-changing beauty of the whole. So now close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weight of your body resting here. Feel the air moving in and out without you needing to control it. Each breath, a gentle reminder that life is happening now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Every sound you hear, every face you remember, every small act of kindness is a thread in a tapestry that will never be woven again. That is why it is priceless. That is why it must be lived, not stored away. Do not stand at the edge of life, watching the current go by. Step into it. Let it surround you, lift you, carry you. Let the moments pass through your open hands without fear. Because the truth is, nothing was ever yours to keep. And that is not loss. That is freedom. You are the dawn breaking over silent hills. You are the ocean wave folding back into the deep. You are the beginning and the ending, and the space between where life dances. So go. Go live fully. Go love fiercely. Go release what no longer serves you. And when change knocks at your door, as it always will, smile and open it wide. If these words have touched your spirit, let them ripple outwards. Like this video so the message may travel farther. Subscribe for more Buddhist wisdom and timeless teachings, and together we will keep walking the path, step by mindful step. May you know peace, may you know joy, and may you flow with life just as the river flows to the sea.